I appreciate all you guys. Ryan, Doug. I wish I had a deal. Right now, you're my deal. I'm here to deal with you. I'm here to deal with this.
Holy shit, I'm being robbed.
Yeah. No, I'm not like that. I don't need your money, dude. Unless we make it big, then don't forget the little people. Dude, you make it big, man. You start getting million subscribers. Don't forget the little people.
Here, I brought you some candies.
What is that?
He brought me a bag. It says, suck a bag of dicks.
Show him to the camera. We need a whole bag of those for all of our guests.
Oh, dude.
I couldn't find a crate. I only found a bag.
That's awesome, man. That should go up on a wall somewhere on the little area, dude.
You should hang it up where you live.
Dude, that's great.
I hope
I got you a little
I
bag
opened
of
that
candy.
light. So but let's get back to what's your deal?
Oh man, that's great. Oh, dude.
I don't want my deal to be yours.
Oh,
I want to know
oh.
I want to know silly things
Oh god.
I mean, there was a point where you were like 6. I mean, or how about where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Jacinto, California, from mom and dad. Traditionally, that's how it's usually.
And where's San Jacinto?
It's at 30 to 45 minutes south of where we are currently sitting, sir.
And that's where you grew up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what school did you go to?
From grade school all the way to high school, it was San Jacinto, or it was De Anza Elementary. Monta Vista was my middle school. North Mountain Middle School. Dude, I'm shouting out the hood. SJ.
Yeah.
And then San Jacinto High School, and graduated 2007. My whole family's from San Jacinto. My grandfather worked Caltrans for, I think it was 20, 30 years when he wasn't a rancher. And to my knowledge, to this day, my family, I can say my mother's maiden last name, the Bustos family from San Jacinto, to this day, he still owns land, and the check still goes to one of my oldest uncle. He gets people pay him rent for my grandfather's land because he was a rancher. He had cows, chickens. It was like a Little House on the Prairie kind of deal. So, but when he wasn't doing that, he was working Caltrans. So, I mean, my whole family was from San Jacinto. That's all they did was work, the ranch, work construction, and then join the military. That was pretty much what the boys did.
Right.
Yeah. So, and my mom's the youngest of 13. So, all the girls went to school and became, doctors, some sort of a supervisor position. And
so mostly your aunts and uncles are all much older than actually even your mother.
Oh yeah.
They're being the youngest.
Yeah, for sure. They're like 60s, 70s. Yeah, big time.
So somehow you got to get something in your mind where you go, I just got a bunch of grandmas and grandpas.
Yeah,
right?
I got a bunch of elders around me. Absolutely, yeah.
And then and I don't want to. You are a Mexican gentleman, are you not?
Yeah, what we consider Chicano.
Okay, back to you.
Yeah, what we consider Chicano. So, from what I was told from my family, the border crossed us. We were already here, and then it was a part of Spain, and then a Mexican-American war happened, and now it's California. So that's the way it's always been told to me. My grandparents were born in the middle of the country. My grandfather was born in Dallas, Texas, and my grandmother was born in Kansas City, Kansas, 1942 and 1943. So
You Mexicans can swim anywhere.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. I always thought it was pretty cool that we were already
Ryan's a Mexican man.
But that's what I always thought it was funny is because I'm not a strong swimmer.
No, you're good. It's only that way in the headphones.
Okay.
It's recording okay, but
I'm not really a strong swimmer. Like that's how you could tell I was born here.
Why is it not on him?
But that's how you can tell I was born here because I didn't have to swim. Like I'm not a good swimmer. That's how you can tell I was born here.
Yeah,
that's what the joke was. So, but yeah, no, I mean like everybody from at least my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family were all illegal immigrants from fucking Juarez, Mexico, dude. All like there's like the reason why, the reason why I had to learn Spanish or to be somewhat bilingual was because I had to somewhat communicate with my father's side of the family, and you had to learn what you were eating.
Why not?
You had to learn what you were eating. They give you a plate, and somebody's talking to you in a different language, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" As a kid, not eating burgers and fries.
Have you ever gone out for like a truly delicious, go to like a family reunion or something like that, and you something comes out and you take a bite of it and you go, "Holy shit, that's the greatest thing I've ever put in my mouth."
Oh yeah.
And
there's a lot of things.
And then your niece's boyfriend says, "That's my penis."
No.
Well, I thought you said yes.
No, I thought you meant food, dude. I thought you meant food.
I'm just fucking with you a little bit. And then you go, "Wow, that's fucking amazing," And they say, "How about you come over here like in a couple weeks and I'll make it again and I'll show you."
Right.
And then you know how to make it forever.
Yeah.
And that's the true brilliance of life to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the sucking cock part too.
Not a dude. Come on, man.
I hope you don't have a gagging reflex here, Robert. All right, back to you. What's your deal?
I don't have, like I said, dude, that's my deal. You need to stop saying shit like that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's progressive. I'm sorry.
It's my show.
I am ignorant.
It's my show. I didn't say I wasn't going to throw you off a little bit.
But let's see. What else do I got? I was born in the winter solstice. I'm not gonna say. You know what I learned? I love throwing off. Like apparently, when you give girls your birthday and they know you're like astronomy, that's how they talk. That's how they address you. Like they will never break that stride.
Oh my God.
I find it amusing to tell girls that I just was born in the winter solstice, and I was born in the year of the dragon, which is 88. So I give them a Chinese New Year and I give them a fucking pagan
to throw them off.
Absolutely. So they don't go, "Oh, you're a fucking blah blah blah."
You're an Aries.
Yeah. Did you read your astronomy today?
Oh, you're an Aries.
Yes.
That means you're stubborn. That means you're stubborn.
Yeah. Oh, let me print it. Oh, and did you read your shit?
And then you go, "I'm not stubborn."
Yeah. You're like, "Fuck you." Yeah.
Fuck you. I hate
Yeah. You do exactly what they. Oh God, I hate that shit. So I hate that so much. So to throw them off, I give them two different fucking variants. I was born in the winter solstice, which is a pagan, saying, and I was born in the Chinese New Year. So there you go.
Which is the year of the what?
I'm sorry, the year of the dragon.
There you go.
88.
I think I was the year of the Doug.
Yeah, the Douglas. So, I was actually born at a March Air Force Base right here in Moreno Valley.
All right.
At the time, it was an active military base because my father was in the Navy. He was a CB. So,
what's a CB?
It is a naval construction worker. So he just
Yeah.
So like he's just.
We don't know.
No. I understand. That's why I'm breaking it down. He's just a naval.
If you're gonna come here and talk,
well, I mean that's what my dad was. I mean that's what he did. That's
you're
what
gonna have to give us human language.
I understand. But that's
what does CB stand for?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Oh.
Construction worker.
Construction
He's
bro.
a Navy construction
Yeah,
worker. Dude.
construction brother.
Construction bro.
Hey, bro.
He actually did it
Start
right out.
doing
Yeah.
some construction.
You hammer nails, little hard hat, when it has a little sticker on it, you know. They
See,
stick
I'm
one
a
out.
plumber. I might be
Right.
a CB.
No, yeah, actually, that was part of it.
I could be a construction bro. I've
Yes.
been doing it for 40 years. of my life.
Absolutely.
I don't think it stands for cockbanger.
No. Well, I mean, the guy.
Ooh.
I don't know. The
I'm
Navy
a
guys.
cock banger.
I don't know.
too,
You
man.
fit in with the Navy guys
No,
because
no,
they
no.
like that shit.
No,
so
when I get my hand on my cock, I'm banging that motherfucker, man.
you fit in with the Navy guys real well. Believe me.
Yeah,
Well, They love you guys.
I'm hitting some cock.
But and no, and all.
Well, I mean, I went out and before you got here tonight, we went over to the bar. There was a few ladies there.
Yeah, they weren't too bad.
Not one of them wanted to touch my cock.
Nor I, sir, which is why I'm
I
here.
can't
See?
imagine.
Yeah.
So who else is going to touch it except me?
I couldn't
You know?
imagine why.
Yeah. So thank God we got like these beautiful cell phone things now.
Oh yeah, you
And-
told me about
yeah.
this.
So I can put on like karaoke music. And then as I'm rubbing my cock, I think I love you.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So what am I so
Just stop
afraid
doing
of?
You just stop
I'm
doing it.
afraid of a love
And
that
you know what-
there's
and you know-
no cure for.
And then
my
Ryan's
friend.
yelling out in the living room at fucking
Yeah,
Call of
He's
Duty.
pounding on the door. Let me have some cock.
No, he's
I
yelling.
need cock.
Ryan's yelling at Call of
Ah!
Duty. Ryan's yelling at
Trying
Call of
to
Duty
call
and
the
throwing you
police.
off, dude.
Try to call the police.
Why don't you just call one of these Russian bras that you can order from the fucking internet
For what?
to do that?
How much does that
I don't
cost?
know. I'm sure
I feel
Google
like
would
I'd at
know.
least save $20.
I'm sure there are companies who ship things that will send you one
that will
And,
come and rub your cock,
I'm sure there is.
but that costs money.
Yeah. Or you could be on the TV show,
Or you can-
90 Day Fiance.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
Ooh. I'm glad I'm old. I'm glad that nobody wants me anymore.
Poor guys.
Hey man, that might be my claim to fame. I might just get on a 90
You're gonna
day,
do it.
I'll
dude?
do 90 Day Fiance, and then
Don't do it. Don't
next thing I
do
know, I'm
it.
doing cameos for
No.
people. And,
Ah.
Don't do it.
Because you're like a
Don't do it.
love. No, this is a guy looking for love
Oh God, you're a hopeless romantic.
looking for love.
in all the wrong
Yeah,
places.
no, I don't know, dude. In many ways, I think there's a lot. I think there is a majority of males that are in that category. Not females. Females don't give a shit anymore, dude. You
Yeah,
kidding me?
well, you can tell me and Ryan don't do a lot of manscaping. You know, you get to us, you're getting fur burger.
Fur-
Fur burger tonight.
Speak for yourself. I take care of myself down
All
there.
right. Well, you don't take care of yourself up above.
Nah.
Uh,
What does that mean?
yeah, my below looks a lot like my above.
Do you think that's why that girl drove away that one night? Fuck, dude. That was one of the coolest stories I've ever heard, man. I was just like,
See, I want a woman that
uh,
says, okay, I'm going to fuck you tonight, but tomorrow I'm fixing you up. It's like, come on, honey.
Mm.
Have it all.
I don't know if they want
And
to
then
do
I'm
that.
certain I'll get like blisters and pimples and shit. And it'll be like,
Blisters.
all fucked
I don't know,
up.
dude. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
There's something wrong with that arithmetic. I don't know, dude. You might need a whiteboard.
Now you're on. Oh, now you. What are you trying to pick up on me?
He said,
All
a,
right,
he
back
said a
to-
white boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. What's your deal?
Dude, I don't have a deal. I already told you, man.
No, no.
You know what my deal is?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I'm going to talk about the last episode of Mandalorian. Spoiler alert.
I know for a fact that you were you're a Purple Heart. That you spent some time in the
yeah.
in the Army, right?
Yeah, I was Army 7 years. I was 2007 to 2014.
Yeah.
Right out of high school, man.
Did you spent some time in which country?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah, both conflicts that were both in both theaters of conflict.
Say the names of them.
It would be Iraq and Afghanistan.
Okay, beautiful. And then at one point you encountered bullet wounds.
Yeah.
And you showed me the scars.
Right.
And they were beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
I've heard some other shit, dude.
No. So, but I know that you've spent a lot of time with me. Speaking of that, how about you tell everybody, look into the camera and tell them your story about that.
I mean,
but not too long. We don't want them all bummed out.
No. That's not a depressing. I mean, I came from a long line.
About 3/4 of the way through this story, start thinking of something happy.
Right. I will. There's plenty of things that happened that were happy during the time. But I mean, during high school, I grew up playing baseball. I grew up playing a lot of sports. I played a lot of team sports.
What position? Baseball.
In baseball, I played third base, left field, right field, and catcher. So I was a utility guy.
Oh man.
I played left out.
Yeah. So you know what I like to say is I wasn't a stud, man. I wasn't a star player. I wasn't like a double letterman fucking athlete. You know, I had a 2-point in San Jacinto High School to play baseball. Anyways, you had to have a 2.2 GPA. So you know, I did my 2.2 GPA. You know, C's, D's, and an A. I had an A in history, I think. So you know what I mean? Like I was an average student, and I wasn't like some fucking A student, you know, the whole way, and some star athlete. I knew I wasn't going to make money playing sports. I knew that. I knew I was good enough to play multiple positions. You know, like I had enough knowledge of baseball because that's what I grew up playing. My grandparents taught me how to play. What's up?
How's your beer?
Oh, I could probably use a refill. Oh, thank you, sir. But I mean, like, it was something that my grandparents taught me how to play. Something that, yeah. I mean, like I remember one of the first couple of things my grandma Salome, and my grandpa Juan, one of the first couple of things they bought me that I can remember was a baseball glove and a glove and a ball, like a regular T-ball, you know. And my grandpa would play catch with me, and my grandma would teach me how to hit. And they would watch, and this was, you know, in the early 80s and 90s.
Your grandma taught you how to hit?
My grandma taught me how to hit. My grandma taught me how to hold the baseball bat and swing.
Oh, I've messed around with a couple elderly Mexican women.
Yeah, they like to hit shit, dude. They like to fucking.
Right now, Ryan's got one. He calls her mom.
Mom. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you don't mess with her.
Dude.
She knows her way around a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. I walked right into that one.
Damn.
I lived with a Mexican woman for like 9 years. And we had 8 of the greatest years and 1 of the worst, you know. And I got to meet her whole family. And
see,
God,
that's what I mean.
Mexican
family oriented, right? Like,
well, no. I never ever had any family. My family were white people that went, if you drink ever again, we'll never talk to you. And they meant it.
Right. Dude, no, I came from a big family, man. There's fuck ups. Like a lot of my uncles are fucking drunk right now. I can guarantee you on the same thing we're drinking right now.
I feel like Latino families are like the most forgiving for like their fuck ups though.
Right.
You know
and they know where you come from, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, dude, I fucked up. You know?
I think that you want to call it Latino. I'm going to call you guys Mexicans. I apologize, but
that's fine. We're all the same. We get it.
Yeah.
To the northern hemisphere.
I understand fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's nothing better than meeting a Mexican grandma that is meaner than
If you don't act right, if you don't say the right words,
there's no way to act right.
Mm-hmm.
No. No matter what you say, no matter what you do.
you're on the shit list already.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that part.
That's how my grandma was. Absolutely.
Kneel down on my knees. It's like, beat me, lady.
That's how my grandma was, man.
Fuck yeah. Break out that fucking broom.
But you know what? Or the slipper.
The chancla.
The
The chakla. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Mexican women.
Yep.
Oh, Mexican grandmas always beat you with the
You know what we had at my house? It was a fly swatter.
Yeah, the mata mosca.
It was a fly swatter with a chancla at the end.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
And that's what they would hit us.
That's funny. That's good. That's good.
So they didn't even have to reach very far. They just pulled it off the fucking
is what
hook.
it's called. Yeah, that's funny, dude.
I'm loving the beauty of that more than anything.
You know what the funny thing was? Is my grandparents never smacked me. I never acted up around my grandparents, but I always acted up around my mom. Obviously, my mom was more of the disciplinarian more than anything. But I mean, like my grandparents, for some odd reason, my grandparents, for the grandkids, anyways, they never really
were nice.
Yeah, they never. I mean, the kids though, they got their asses whooped. But the grandkids, we kind of got a pass, I guess. I don't know. But that's what I mean.
It's kind of the same with me. My grandparents, but my mom used to say it all the time. She's like, let me tell you something. Your grandma is not my mother.
For sure.
She was not the same lady that I grew up with.
Yeah. I got told that about my aunts. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I don't know. Like I kind of already grew up. I grew up with a kind of a big family already. There was already kind of a team mentality already, having a couple uncles already that served in Vietnam, but aren't with the Marines, Air Force, Army. Having already a couple uncles already in the service, and then my older cousins, meaning 80s and 90s generation, they all graduated from the same. All of us graduated from the same high school. I think my cousin Joe, what up, Joe? He was the last one. Oh no, we had one graduate in 2009, 2010. But that's what I mean. My family's been going there since like the fucking 50s and 60s. Like I've had family graduate from that high school since then. Yeah. And a lot of the times the girls would go to college and the boys would join the military. That's really how it went. And so not all of them, but a majority of my adult male cousins joined the military, Navy, and majority Army. So I was a little kid, watching fucking Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? Like bullshitting, playing Little League, eating pizza, fucking.
I'm really interested.
You know what I mean? Like
no. I feel like I'm really finding a second side to you, Robert.
Right.
No, hold on, that I like a lot better than the guy I hang out at the bar.
Yeah.
Well, you like to keep being serious. I really like your serious side, man.
Right. Well, yeah, I just have to. But that's what I mean. Like being a child of the 90s, I was just, what the fuck? Rocket Power. Remember Rocket Power, dude? Fuck yeah. Dude, we were, playing fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude,
I'll smash you on Tony Hawk's
dude, for sure. Dude, like, playing Super Smash Bros. On the GameCube. Like, remember Sega Dreamcast? Like, for sure, man.
Fight Night?
Fight Night, yeah, dude. Yeah, playing Madden, like baseball game. Like, you know what I mean? Like being a 90s kid, But my older cousins who I looked up to were all in the Army. And all of them were in Desert Shield. And they were all tankers and infantrymen. And one of my oldest, Randy, he actually became an officer. He actually got out. He went in for his 36 months, and then he got out, went to college, and went back in as an officer. So, he made it a 26-year career. You know what I mean? Like 24, 26-year career. You know what I mean? Like I saw them, and I saw how they progressed. I saw how much mentally further they were than everybody else that was in the family that was within the same age group. You know what I mean? Like especially for me and my peers, like there was a lot of people, and then to this day, they still don't know what they're gonna do. You know, so but seeing them and seeing how everybody treated them or talked to them differently, everybody saw them as something else. Like they were all airborne. They were all airborne infantrymen.
When you say everybody, like me,
No, my family, my family, like within our family circle.
and when you say everybody thought of them as something else, they were better.
They weren't children. They weren't seen as like 19 or 20-year-old kids that you would expect here today as 19, 20-year-old kids. Like I remember.
I just want to understand.
No, I understand. It's a different rhetoric. Like I remember watching the news a couple months ago and learning that, you know, how like there's some people losing their jobs because of the whole thing going on right now. And there's people going to like food drives.
What's going on?
No, I'm bringing up an example of
what's the whole thing?
that I've learned that a 20.
We can call it COVID-19.
I'm just saying that a 20-year-old that was in a news report that I saw about this whole food drive stuff. There was a 20-year-old that wasn't working that was seen as a child. And like, you know, a mom in the news report, a mom had to go pick up food for 3 kids, and she counted one of her children as a 20-year-old.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, Ryan's still going through that.
You see what I mean? That's what I mean. Like in my family, they weren't seen as children. They weren't seen as the ones who stayed back here working at McDonald's or fucking doing a, you know, whatever other warehouse job or something.
I think that like Ryan's family is just like absolutely fucking beautiful. They're like saying, you're the most fucked up human being we've ever met.
Yeah.
But we ain't letting go of you.
We got you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's about right.
Huh?
It's about right.
And then that's what his roommate Doug is like. You know, it's like, do you have to scream every night at 2:30 in the morning? You're killing me, motherfucker.
At an inanimate object? Inanimate object.
I don't know. I think he's yelling at the TV with his buddies. With
It's
his
inanimate.
headphones
I mean,
on. Nobody likes you, Ryan. Shut the fuck up.
Stop yelling.
I just think one of these days I'm gonna wait until Ryan's really fucking tired.
They start yelling.
No, I'm gonna buy drums.
No, dude, you should bring over some husky brusky.
But you're a drummer.
Yeah.
No, you should bring over. No,
what?
dude, you should bring over some screamer and have her squirt in your room and start yelling while this guy's asleep. The same way that this guy yells at the TV.
Shit.
You should bring over some.
Terrors.
You should bring over some broad and start making her yell in your room.
All I need now is the broad.
I mean, she'll yell regardless of anything.
Fucking take off.
Just as long as she's with
She'll
them.
fucking take off, dude. I can't believe that girl.
Nobody likes you, Robert.
Fuck, dude. That fucking girl took off on you, big dog.
Anybody want a beer?
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah,
get
you
beer.
might as well get everybody
Yeah,
around.
you guys talking money.
I'll
Dude, well, let me continue my fucking stupid story.
What's that? Go ahead. I'm
But
listening.
anyways,
No, it's absolutely.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I kind of grew up already with a big family. I saw how my family and I saw how like their peers, my cousins' peers, would address them.
Yeah.
And it was in a different stature. It was a different demeanor. Even my uncles, even my older uncles. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and like you know, in Latin families too, it's like respect is like a huge thing,
Mhm.
and it's hard for somebody in their late teens and early 20s to
gain respect from an
respect
elder.
from anybody. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. So I was like, well, you know what? I don't really like. This is what kind of kicked the bucket for me. I already knew I wasn't good enough to like get drafted to play baseball here at the fucking 66ers in San Bernardino. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I had this like I had this mentality that I wasn't a good baseball player because I
Well,
never
why?
Exactly. I mean, I played 4 positions.
Yeah, that's
I played 4 positions. I always batted between 4th and 6th, maybe 7th, depending on the team.
So you were up in the bullpen. I mean, you were up in the lineup. So that,
yeah.
I mean, dude, I mean, I was a terrible baseball player, but
Exactly.
but I loved baseball.
Exactly.
So,
Like I hear other people's stories like
Yeah.
you, and you're like, fuck, man, I wish I could do that.
yeah,
You wish you could do that when I was.
Well, I wasn't too bad. I had my moments, so where they would switch me around from outfield, and then they put me in on third base, shortstop.
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
Never a first baseman though,
Right.
because
Thanks, sir.
they knew I couldn't fucking handle first base.
Right. Exactly. Me either. You know what I mean? Like me either. Like I just love participating.
I was a pitcher one time, and I beamed a fucking kid.
Yeah. So
and
you were
then,
done there.
and I was done. Yeah.
See, in high school, once we get to high school, like growing up, middle school when I was at Monte Vista, shout out to Monte Vista Middle School,
Shout
Sanha,
out.
whoop whoop. But like when I was playing,
Can't shout out to everybody.
hell yeah, dude, it's Da Hood.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, it's not called the Hood anymore. It's called densely populated urban areas.
There you go.
I like it. Thank you, sir. That's so.
We have sound effects.
Absolutely, I like it.
Oh shit! I didn't even know we had sound.
I only got one right now, but I can add a few more if you want.
Oh, dude, we could.
I want
dude.
1,000 of
All right.
them.
But so I guess what I'm trying to say is, I grew up. I grew up playing sports. I grew up playing a team-oriented sports. So for me, joining the military kind of was like my choice. I took offense. In all honesty, this is what kicked the bucket for me. My mother would fucking harass me and tell me, like, what are you going to do to pay a bill in my house? And I always thought to myself, at 16 and 17 years old, why would I work to pay a bill in your house?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I work to pay a bill in my house?
Yeah.
At 16 and 17 years old, I thought like that.
Well, don't yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm just letting you.
I think that's fair. I thought that too.
I'm just letting you know my
Do
thought
you really?
process.
But that's why I moved out at 19.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, you see what I mean? Like, there.
And how many times you been back?
Twice. But never with my parents.
Oh,
My grandparents. My grandparents always hooked it up.
See,
but,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, it wasn't just me. There was this thought process, as a young male.
Okay. My mom and dad threw me out of my house when I was 14 years old,
Right,
and I never ever went back.
right,
Have never been back.
for sure.
The next time I saw my mom, she was laying dead on a table,
Wow.
and my older sister called me up and allowed me to go see that. And my dad's still alive. He's got dementia and he's all fucked up. And but my mom had set up her funeral and stuff, and it was going to be like 3 months later down the road. And my sister said, "Hey, Doug, it'd be nice if you came to the funeral and actually said something for Mom." And I said, "Wow, that'd be beautiful." And my older sister knows that I do a little stand-up comedy and shit, And so I went home. I told her, you know what, I'm going to go home. I'm going to start writing something.
Yeah, you wrote something.
I told her I'm going to go start writing something. I had 3 months to think about it, And about a week later, my sister called me up and said, "Not comedy."
Oh, shit.
Now,
She wanted it all serious.
well, no. In that week, I was really writing some fucking, heartfelt shit,
Yeah.
But as soon as I got that fucking call, I was like, comedy it is.
Smart ass remarks all the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had aunts, uncles. I mean, the grandmas, they were all dead. Nieces, nephews. None of them have ever looked for me. Not one of them ever looked for me. That had just gone from 14 to now.
Yeah.
And so I had to, anyhow, I wrote a story about my mom teaching me how to dance. Ever told you this story?
No.
So there's my mom. Well, she's in urns. We got 3 urns. I got 1/3. My sister got another 1/3, and my younger sister got the other 1/3. So, but I told a story on stage about how my mom looked at me once and she said, "Hey, you look a little off today. What's your deal?" And I told her I signed up for this dancing class over at the junior high, and it's tonight. And I don't know how to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom told me, "I'll teach you how to dance, son of a bitch." And she took out the vacuum and she unwrapped the cord on the vacuum and she plugged it in, and we're out in the living room there. And she opened up the stereo. This is back in the days where we played LPs because I'm an old fucking man.
I remember I had one. My grandparents had one.
So, yeah, anyhow, she put on an album and it was Janis Joplin.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking cold outside, guys.
She was Janet. It was Janis Joplin, and then she walked up to the vacuum, and I gotta stand up a little bit here.
Yeah, you gotta let the beer go all the way down.
Yeah,
to your
that's
feet.
all right. People will notice.
You gotta let it go all the way
But,
down to your feet, dude.
I'm gonna give you.
We gotta get you a new jacket.
She
too.
got, and she turns on the vacuum, and she starts vacuuming the floor for me. And she got, yeah, that's how you dance, Doug.
Like you're vacuuming?
Actually, with the vacuum.
Yes, sir. I understand what you're talking about.
She said,
Shit, dude.
she got, yeah.
This guy could never go to a quinceañera.
She's been telling me, that's how you dance, boy. And she goes, you ready to try? And I was performing this out at her funeral.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And so
That's a great story.
I look over to the left and there's a door open. And she's like, you're doing great, Doug. And I walk into a room that's in this funeral parlor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling and people can hear me. And I'm going, she's like, you're doing great. And then I come back vacuuming across the fucking center part.
Yeah.
And there's another door open up. It's like, yeah, vacuum that room too. I mean, dance in that room too, you know? And then I came out and everything had ended. And I went, I think she just didn't want to vacuum.
Yeah.
Isn't that a trend?
That's funny, man.
Dude,
It's a true story too.
That's good.
that's awesome.
Because I got to that thing that night. I didn't know how to fucking dance, but I still dance like I'm fucking vacuuming to this day.
Did you go pull a vacuum out of the storage closet? You know?
No, it was so
On stage.
funny though.
My mom taught me these moves.
Well, see, like none of these people had seen me in 35 fucking years, you know? And none of them ever looked for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were all sitting there going, God damn, he looks like shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's probably because you guys left me alone for 35 years to my own devices. Your turn.
There was no checks and balances for you, man.
All right, we're going back to Robert.
Oh, dude, I don't
What
have a
the
deal.
fuck's your deal?
I don't have a deal, man.
You're out of deals?
Dude, I have no, dude, I wish I had a deal, man.
Well,
Oh, man.
So,
you were talking about playing baseball.
yeah. So, so growing up playing baseball, in Little League, you pretty much are forced to, you're voluntold
Yeah.
to play all the positions of the field
Sure.
in Little League baseball, you know? So, this is kind of what sparked my interest in joining the military and kind of being part of a team. You know what I mean? Everybody's interchangeable. You know, like it isn't. I mean, Little League. I'm using Little League baseball as an example. Like Little League baseball, everybody plays. You know, everybody's even if you got 3 or 4 kids on the bench, eventually they get rotated in and they got to play the position whatever they're told. So that mentality stuck with me growing up. You know, from 12
Till now.
12, 14, 18 years
Right
old.
now.
Absolutely. If you're expected to be doing a job.
That's why you like me and Ryan.
You guys are interchangeable.
Part of the fucking team.
Yeah, man. You guys are a team. Absolutely.
No. You're part of the team.
Oh,
too.
now we're like Voltron. We need 1 more or 2 more.
I don't even know what that is.
It's on Netflix, dude. We got to get you hooked up. We'll catch you up, buddy. We'll catch you up.
So it's an old cartoon.
Yeah, it's an old cartoon, dude. We'll catch you up, dude. But that's what I mean. That mentality stuck with me. And then, coming from a big family and all of us kind of working together all the time, and then seeing my older cousins, in the 90s and the early 2000s, after they came home from combat tours, they came home in their dress uniform with all their I've been there buttons, and they look good, it was appealing to me. And what kicked the bucket for me, honest to God, what kicked the bucket for me was I'm a history buff. I like watching the History Channel and learn, every time I was in school, every page of the history book was interesting to me. I always thought it was cool that when we got to the war sections, I called them the war sections of our history, all these pictures they take from the front. And you're like, man, I wonder what it would take to be that guy being out there. Everybody sees and knows what the general history is about, but to be, that snippet, in your history book, you get that snippet little picture, it's like this big, and it's like, this is the picture from the front of what the fuck you were talking about. I was like, fuck, man, everything, what would it take to be out there? Like, yeah, we learned about it in general, but what the fuck would it take to be out there? And growing up, that always kind of stuck with me, and then seeing my older cousins. And finally, what kicked the bucket to me was my senior year of high school. I had been playing baseball, the whole, for 3 years already in school. And, I'm not going to pay no bills with that, playing baseball. And my mom came home one day with an application to McDonald's to be a fry cook.
For you.
For me. And then she was like, what are you going to do to pay bills?
You're like, I ain't going to be no fry cook.
And I took offense to it. And my mom told me, she's like, you've never showed me nothing to do anything else. I was a C average student, man. I just did enough to play baseball.
I understood.
All I wanted to do was play sports. So. And that's what kicked the bucket for me. I was like, I was brought up by a single mother who worked 3 jobs. I got a little sister who's 9 years younger than me, so I was already getting little kids ready for school in the morning when I was in high school. This is why I'm not in a rush to have kids. I was already going, and I was already I was washing, ironing clothes and cooking and cleaning when I was in high school for my little sister. Because she's, she was 9 years young, and she was in elementary school when I was a teenager. So I was already doing that. And so for my mom to hand me that, and for me to go, okay, I got to apply myself somewhere. I already knew I wanted to be in the Army. I just didn't know what. This is why I picked a forward observer with 13 Fox.
Like the baddest motherfucker.
No, absolutely not. It was just, I'm just a cog in the wheel, man. I was just part of the team.
You turned out.
It was just the position that I wanted to play in the field. It was just it's called
third base.
Shortstop. Utility player. Utility.
Shortstop.
No, we're good, dude. I'm all right. We're utility. I was able to be utilized in many different aspects. And
what happened there?
Oh, he was asking for candy.
He was asking if we wanted anything. Vince.
Oh.
Vicente. Chente.
Shut the door, fucker. It's all echoing.
Chente.
It was open already.
Hey, Vince. You want to sit there?
Chente.
Come on down, man.
Good night, dude.
All right. Love you, Vince.
So
Sorry about that.
no. That's what made me like want to start looking at the military, and I had to apply myself. I had to actually take some tests, take the ASVAB, get a reasonable score because I knew I wanted to be in. I wanted to be in somewhat of a combat role, but not infantry. I already had a cousin who was an airborne ranger or a paratrooper. He was in Vicenza, 173rd. Couple of the units that he was in were airborne units, the guys that jump out of planes in Italy, 173rd Airborne, Vicenza, and the other one he was with was the 82nd Airborne. So
I mean, is this World War II?
no, this is Panama. This is in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
So my cousin Daniel. But that's what I'm saying. This is what I saw him doing in the military.
Right.
So I was trying to relate. I was asking him questions because he did 10 years in the Army. So I was already asking. He was my recruiter pretty much. Like I went to him with questions. I didn't go to an Army recruiter. I went to my cousins, and they were all already in still. So I was asking them questions of what they were doing, how they were making it a career, how they were making it work for them. They were making money. They were getting education. They're not living in San Jacinto High School, or the town. After high school, they weren't living there in the town, and they were making $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 a month, and not being in the same town that we're from. With dead end jobs. So I was learning from them every time I saw them, and I was always trying to ask them like what they were doing because I knew I wanted to do something combat related. I didn't necessarily know what until I picked Forward Observer, until I applied myself. I actually had to get a better score. I had to go in twice because I took the one at the high school gym, which everybody fucks off, and then I had to go retake it, because I wanted a better job.
Yeah.
And which is why I picked 13 Fox Fire Support Specialist, and you're the guy with the radio calling in airstrikes and artillery, danger close. And I was like, well, I mean, you got to be somewhat competent,
I would think so.
You have to be able to communicate with different types of people. I mean, not just Army, you have to communicate with aircraft and then with people on the ground and people next to you. And, there's multiple avenues. To me, it looked like an opportunity to do it was one job that did multiple layers. There was multiple layers to it. It wasn't just directly grunt work. Putting on a bag and going out and fighting the guys. I had to set up the communications before we go to do that. I had to set up communications before we go do, there was a communication layer in it that I liked. So there was a different aspect in just infantry work.
Hold on just a second.
Whatever.
He could be my new producer.
Why is that?
I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart.
I'm just fucking
I'm
with
not
you.
that smart. So,
I just wanted people. You are so mesmerizing right now. This is truly the first time that I've ever spoken with you, Robert, where you haven't like busted out in like a hard laugh, giggle, or anything. You told me that you were a little nervous about this. This is fucking truly amazing.
I didn't want to just sound doctrine or I'm not recruiting.
So in our hour timeline, how much time do we got left?
10 minutes.
We're down to 10 minutes.
Oh, dude, I don't got any funny stories in 10 minutes, man.
It's not. You were just so fucking mesmerizing. I want you to get down to the part where you get shot.
Oh, dude.
You got 5 minutes.
Oh, dude. So, all right. So after seeing all that, after joining, I mean, I had so many people in high school ridicule me for wanting to do something that was combat related at the time. This was 2007.
There was a lot of stuff going on around that time.
Yeah, you graduated 08. Yeah. See,
yeah.
And when this guy graduated, I was already in the Army. When this guy graduated, like by the time this guy was a year out of high school, I already had fucking combat patrols under my belt. I had already fired my service weapon at human beings by the time this guy was out of high school.
Yeah.
So
we're only a year apart. So
yeah, like I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. That's something that I chose. That's something that I wanted to do. That was just something that I felt that gave me the best opportunity in life because of my situation. Mainly because I didn't apply myself in academics. I didn't want to go into student debt at fucking 150,000 to be a doctor or whatever.
I think that's perfectly fine. But I think that's what I was going to say is we talked about this before, but but the fact that around that time there were so many protests going on, and people so anti-war,
absolutely,
and anti-military, so it made sense that so many people were ridiculing you for wanting to go to combat.
Oh yeah, and they're like, "Oh my god, why would you do that?" And I'm like, "Well, dude, what are you gonna do here?"
Oh, I don't. As an elderly gentleman, I mean, damn near working on crutches right now.
Right.
I got my daughter buying me one of those walker things right now. Through Amazon and shit. I think you're a true fucking hero. But you know one thing that happened here tonight, Robert? And I want you to always know this. When I go to the bill, you always giggle when you talk about shit.
About what kind of shit?
No. It doesn't matter. You kind of just giggle. You giggle. And
stop doing that.
And it bothers me. And tonight, that one.
Yeah,
that giggle. That was one of the most. I'm going with number 4 as the greatest fucking interview.
Wait, hang on. We didn't get to the part where you.
Well, you want me to tell you the story how I got shot?
You got hurt in combat. Yeah. So let's get that.
You can't grade me.
Hold on.
No, dude. Fuck you.
No. You've been graded.
I think the girls are better.
When it gets to the bullet part, I want you to be serious, please.
Okay. No. Well. Okay.
And I want you to know that I love you right now.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, here, Ryan, did I show you?
Don't pull your wiener out.
Yeah.
I'll show Ryan the pictures.
Pictures of what? Of your
when I got all fucked up. Dude.
No, man.
I'll show Ryan the pictures. All right. So 5 June. This is my second combat tour.
Can we put them on the internet?
Dude, this is my okay. So
no, are you saying no?
No. Go ahead. No, I'm just saying.
Wait. What? Can other people visualize them?
Not unless he sends them to me. I can put them up.
Oh, I'll send them to you. Yeah, I'll show them to you.
Wait. The thing is that.
Oh, if you want to upload these to my podcast, dude, for sure, man. I mean, I think dude, like I said, dude,
you got airdrop.
I just want to make certain, Robert.
I don't have
just find it and then I'll airdrop it to myself.
Okay. But no, dude, I don't mind at all. I think there's a lot of people in our generation.
I think you're just a truly amazing man. And now
here you go. There's some pictures of that.
And now when you giggle, I'm gonna always have to hug you.
Nah, dude, don't fucking.
Fuck you. I'm an old man.
So all right. So by the time this happened, dude, this was my second combat. This was my second combat tour I was a joint forward observer, so I got a little bit of an upgrade. You know, I was able to. All that means is that I was the mediator between joint services. So Air Force, Marines, Army, Navy. They can all talk to me, and I can all get them to where they need to be or what they need to be doing, whether they're shooting or dropping or flying over or they need to see. I was the middle ground. That's what made me joint. Okay, so that's what made me able to talk to. So this is my second tour. I got a little bit different qualifications. There was 20 of us out there. We were in the you guys can look it up, man. It's actually on Netflix. There's actually a movie about the area that I was at. It's called the Outpost. It's on Netflix. It's called that was actually a combat outpost Keating, and where I was at was south of that. It was named after a Medal of Honor recipient. You can look it up on Google. It was a Sergeant First Class Monty, and I was at Combat Outpost Monty. It was named after the guy who died there. And our mission that day was to make sure that the convoy, the supply route, there was only one. What was it? One road, and I was in northeastern Afghanistan.
I got him up there now.
All right, cool.
There's your Purple Heart.
Yeah.
Nah. Finish your story, fucker.
So so we were just to watch the high ground for the supply route, because there was only one route for them to give us food, ammo, water, mail. If we didn't watch them, they would, they'd get fucking ambush, RPG, and IEDs and all that. So we were watching the mountains to watch the road, and we took the enemy, the guys that come from Pakistan, the bad guys, the Taliban. We took the mountaintop that they usually occupy to shoot at the convoy. We were occupying that area. So they were coming from Pakistan, like the fucking the seven dwarfs coming from fucking like Snow White,
Yeah.
Carrie. They all
whistle why they were.
Yeah, there you go. They all came down from Pakistan and they all started shooting at us. And so I got hit. You guys can look it up. I was hit by it was called a 57 millimeter recoilless rifle. It's a Korean War era weapon. It's meant to destroy tanks. It's meant to go through 7 to 12 inches of tank armor.
Jesus, man.
I wasn't in a tank. We were outside on the mountain, like in the military, it's called dismounted. We were. I was with the 25th Infantry Division. You know what? I'll say who paid me. This is where I come from. These are my people. You guys can look it up on Google. I mean, anybody who's listening to this, Ryan, you can look this up too. The history, the West Point game that just happened where they played Navy and they were wearing those Wolfhound jerseys. I was part of that unit. I was with the 25th Infantry Division, 3rd Brigade Infantry. What is it? 3rd Infantry Brigade Combat Team. Second. Who was it? Third Brigade. Oh, Broncos. They were called the Bronco Brigade, and within the Bronco Brigade is the Wolfhounds, 2nd Battalion, 27th Infantry Regiment, Wolfhounds, and then the sister battalion is the 1st Infantry. So. It's a bit of history. Our unit's been around since the Mexican-American War. It's pretty cool. It's a good history. You guys can look it up. So the whole thing happened when there was 20 of us and about 30 or 60 of them. A blast happened. They shot all these rounds at us. They within our perimeter is what it's called, within our little circle of 20 guys. They shot the rounds within inside of that. I'll never forget the distance, man. It was a Hail Mary shot because I was the guy who plotted out all the I was the guy with the map, kind of knew how far everything was, what the terrain looked like. And it was 900 meters. I'll never forget it, man. 900 meters away. And it was 1,000 meters elevation change from where we were. So you guys can look it up in feet and yards if you want to, but it was that far away. And they just winged it.
What country were you in?
I was in Afghanistan. I was in northeastern Afghanistan.
One bad motherfucking shooter, huh?
No, I wasn't that good. I wasn't that good.
No. I'm talking about the guy that shot
your ass. Dude, that guy was. You want to talk about some Kentucky
We've seen
windage.
that movie here in the United States where the guy had the fake kid.
Yeah.
It was a plastic doll.
Some Kentucky windage on that guy, dude. He fucking.
You know
what I mean? Like that guy, dude. I can't imagine what that asshole looked like. Some goofy, illiterate, fucking. That guy can't read, right? Oh, dude.
There's some guy out there that goes, I fucking hit a guy from 900 millimeters
away, 900 meters away. That guy. Well, according to
downhill.
Yeah, to the reports afterwards, when we got medevaced out, according to the reports, to the artillery guys, and because when I got hit, my weapon was blown from me. I was unconscious. I couldn't form a sentence. I was knocked out. Like, I was concussed. I didn't realize I was bleeding all over the place. And so I couldn't call out any coordinates or anything. Get some airstrikes going, artillery.
Yeah.
But I had all the coordinates down on my map. So all I had to do was yell out the coordinates and So let me put this in Call of Duty terms: a fucking 5 kill streak, a 7 kill streak, and a 10 kill streak. I couldn't fucking get them going because I couldn't see. Like I couldn't formulate a sentence.
I know you're well on your way to your second show here with us because you were a fucking goddamn amazing. Our hour's up.
Yeah.
I want to say what a true privilege it is to finally meet you, Robert.
Yeah, man. Dude, for sure.
Be quiet. It's my turn. I let you talk for a good long time, motherfucker. I'm going to invite you back for season 2 of you.
Yeah.
You're a truly amazing speaker.
Man.
No. The way you speak, the way you talk, you are a inspiration to a lot of things. And when I'm at the Bell, I've never met that guy. And I'd like to put my hand out to you.
Yes, sir.
And I say thank you. And as we always end our show, you look right straight into the camera.
This one?
That one.
And you say, my name's Robert, and that was my deal.
That's all I got. That's my outro.
We're ending.
And my name's Robert, and that's my deal.
Yeah, perfect. That was amazing.
Dude, I told you, man, I'm not that serious.
No, you are. You are the most